So if growth continues to decelerate, then there's something called a multiple re-rating, right? So it can trade at a 30 PE or a 25 PE, right? Meta, like your Microsofts that are trading around a 20 PE, is trading double that, right? So if that happens, stock can fall down a lot. So that is just a risk with a stock like SoFi. So there's good in pros and cons for this company here. Technical wise, some things I would do is there's two fibs you can draw. There's one through here. So you get something like this. It looks like it dropped under the 0.786 and seems to have reclaimed this area here. So got very oversold. It looks like it's holding from these areas here. There's also another fib from this low to this high, just to see how low can this potential stock drop towards, right? And a potential drop for the stock is potentially around a 13.81. So you can see just me drawing this low to this high, it aligns with a major demand, right? Here, it jumped up. Here, it jumped up. So a move downwards into that level is about a 15% drop from current prices, but that's what you're expecting. You're just at double the bottom around these areas as well. So if you're bullish onto it, you believe in their growth, and you believe in the CEO's vision, that could be a move up for SoFi, right? For me, my preference, not what I like to see, right? Slowing growth on a stock with with a high PE. XP, so low PE, that is to equity is pretty high. To broker into a diversified financial product with a record-breaking 5.2 billion net income. Is now to benefit from impending interest rate cycle, full service bank, business, massive buybacks. Okay. So when buying into a company like this, or just any company, you kind of have to know like how does this company make money? So one of the biggest things, or biggest ways that this company makes money, and it's very concentrated through a demographic, which is in Brazil, right? So looks like everything is tied up into the country of Brazil, no presence outside of Brazil. So local currency crashes, political shifts within Brazil, that can affect the company here. So that is just a risk with a company like Brazil. Chances are you probably don't know much about Brazil and Brazil's economy. It's not one of the strong economies of the world, right? So when I like to trade or invest into companies, I focus on where does this company generate its money from? If it's in the United States, or in the country, the United States has the number one economy in the world, right? With China being number two, and then India, right? And then Brazil's like down the line, right? Brazil's not a strong economy, so that's probably what you're seeing with the stock price. So if I go XP, it's not a bad looking chart actually. It's sitting around the 200 simple moving average. Valuations are on the lower side from these areas, but that is a big con that I don't like for the company here, but let's just keep going. Valuation looks good. Decent upside on terms of average Wall Street. It's not covered by a lot of Wall Street analysts. It's not a big, huge company, right? Dodge and Cox did decrease. Ken Fisher, Israel Englander, right? You see the difference between a lot of the stocks we reviewed earlier with this stock, right? Very low allocation, right? They're not putting a lot of money into it. So if you're thinking about trading into a stock like this, good risk to reward, but you don't invest a huge part of your how much you make into something like this, right? You have Ken Griffin who pretty much exited as well. No insider buys as well. 3 billion, 25% growth on 9.83. That is very good. And there's that. So if I go back to here, the setup looks pretty good. So undervaluation, average price target being around 23, very far away from where we're currently sitting at, right? So 20% away. And it seems to have held this 200 simple moving average. Whale data, very bullish as well. So looks very good on the on a technical level, right? For my level of comfort, not what I like, just because it's so concentrated. If you're trading with higher amounts of capital, just because of, like I said, it's so sensitive to that economy which I have no extensive knowledge of. So it's hard to justify putting a lot of money into something like that. But it looks good. Technicals look very good. and the fundamentals look decent.